Hi. This podcast is sponsored by Nerf.
Nerf?
Yeah.
Like the foam gun company?
Connor, just get through the address.
Trevor, that's ridiculous.
Please.
We're both 18 and
Connor,
20.
please
They're for like
don't do this again.
10-year-olds.
Connor, Nerf doesn't fuck around.
Trevor,
Please,
Nerf is
just
nothing.
don't.
All right, you know what?
This is a PSA.
back.
Get fucked,
Connor,
Nerf.
no. Do you know what you've just done? Connor, take
Trevor,
it
who the
back.
hell is this
Take
guy?
it
How'd he
back
get in
now,
the
Connor. Connor, no! Oh, God! They got Connor! Guys, he chose nothing. You should never, ever choose nothing. Always. Oh, God.
Are you reading the script?
Yes, I'm
boy?
reading the script. Please don't hurt me. Oh, God! It's Nerf for nothing! And I choose Nerf.
God. If you're listening, please bring my brother back so we can finish this podcast. I'll be a good boy. I'll do my chores. I'll go to church. Please.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, never mind, God.
Yeah, the doctor said I was gaping.
Ew. Ew. That is so gross.
I mean, yeah, it's gross, but at least they got it out. They said it was in there for like
We're
5
recording,
hours.
by the way.
You know, Trevor,
Hi, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Trevor Ray.
I'm your co-host, Connor Ray.
And we got an interesting episode in store today.
It's about jobs.
It's about jobs. We both work at the infamous Grater's Ice Cream. Overall, it's not too bad.
But we're going to talk about the bad times because that's a lot more fun. We get to share our stories with you. Our pain will bring you joy.
Oh, yes. And what better place to start than the beginning?
When I first got it, my first day was Father's Day. So it was
Ooh, so it was a holiday.
It was a holiday, so a lot of people were bringing in their dads, and it was so busy. And I was like, oh, I didn't know where any of the ice cream was. They gave me the worst training possible. I didn't know how to make sundaes. I didn't know how to make milkshake. I knew very vaguely how to make milkshakes, and I knew how to make the hot fudge sundae. But other than that, I didn't know how to do anything. I don't know how to make. To this day, I don't know how to make like a lot of the macchiatos and stuff,
Oh,
or like
yeah.
the ice cream and coffee mixes. Don't know how to do those.
Just to start this off, there are definitely worse managers out there.
Oh, I'm
From
sure.
Things I've heard, things I've seen in movies.
Definitely.
We just get irked by her, and we want to share our stories and grieve.
Do you mind if I share with them my journey with Stacy?
Please,
So
take it away.
my story with Stacy, my journey into knowing Stacy really consists of 3 days. The first 3 days I've worked with her, I was off work for like a couple of weeks because I don't know why, I was doing something. But I come back and I see Stacy's working there. I've heard a little bit about her because my friend Amy also works at Grater's, who goes to my same school, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we got a new manager," and I meet her, and the first day, it's fine.
Maybe she won't be as bad.
No, and in the past we've had like decent managers,
Yeah, here
But-
and there.
and the first day it was fine. Nothing super special. She worked, which is all I really need, and I went home, no problems. The next day that I worked, I came in, I did my job, and we usually start mopping, sweeping around like 9:30ish, something around that, because we close up inside at 10 o'clock, and we close up the entire store at 11 o'clock, and we want to get home or get leaving by 11:30 at most. Stacy comes up to me at 8:30 and says, "Get started on floors." And I say, "Stacy, what the hell did you just say to me?" And she says, "Get started on floors." And I look at the clock, and I look at her, and I just say, "No, it's 8:30.
Were you guys still busy?
Of course we were still busy. It was 8:30. We still had like 2 hours. Well, an hour and a half until we shut up everything.
And this was a Friday night, correct?
This was a Friday night.
Yeah,
There were
Friday
people coming
nights.
in from every direction, people ordering ice cream, people sitting down at these tables and chairs, wanting to eat, wanting to talk for a while. Of course, we can't do anything because it's going to take a while. I got to wipe down the tables and chairs, move them aside. And it's not going to be good for us, for business. And when I get done, there's just going to be more people walking in, muddying up everything. So I'm not going to do it. And she just said, instead of saying, "Oh, that was a stupid idea, I will wait," she just says, "Fine, I'll get another guy to do it." And then she goes and gets I don't remember his name, but she gets the other guy who was supposed to be working floors with me that night and tells him to do it. And like an idiot, he does. And I check the cameras, and he's doing them wrong. And so I'm like, oh my God, if we're going to do this early, we may as well do it right, I guess, whatever. And so I go, I help him out. We can only do like half of a room because there are still people coming in. We finish sweeping that part of the room. I'm not going to start mopping because it's 8:30. The place is practically full. And so we start working the back room, take care of that. And what's his name says, what if Stacy comes back? And I said, don't worry about it. Oh, I should have also said before, Stacy apparently told him that she wanted floors done in 20 minutes, which is not humanly possible.
No.
It's a big shop. They're sweeping, mopping, moving tables and chairs, wiping them down.
Just take a look from the outside. You can tell that sweeping and mopping that whole store is not going
to take 20 minutes. And so if she came back and started whining about it, I just said, let me handle it. And so, of course, with time, Stacy comes back to whine. I would use another word, but I want to keep it PG. So she comes back to the mop closet and then delivers what I like to call the mop room monologue or the mop room rant. So she comes back and says, why isn't floors done? And I say, Stacy, it's 8:45 and the store is still full. You started us too early. This was a dumb idea. If you did your job right, or let me do the job right that I've been doing for a year now, this would all be fine and we wouldn't have this problem. And before I can finish my sentence and let her know that she's an idiot, she just goes, excuse me? You are disrespecting me as your manager, and you are talking back, and you are arguing, and that is bad. And she keeps going with this same argument for like 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, lady. And I try to tell her, like, over and over, it's like, I get it, but you're wrong. Because she is. And she keeps going for 5 minutes, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, all right, this lady's just the worst.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't.
That was when you fully realized.
That was what I fully realized was the third day.
Oh.
When I went around, that was when I knew I hated this woman.
Mm-hmm.
I hate her so much. And I went in, and my friend.
This was like a different shift, though, right?
This was a different shift.
Okay.
And so I went in, and I asked our friend Maggie. It's like, Stacy working today, and she said exasperatedly, it's like, yeah. And I was like, wait. That sounded like you hate her. And she's like, oh yeah, I totally hate her. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, everyone hates her. I'm like, really? I must find out more. And I went around and I asked everyone who was working that night, and it's like, do you hate Stacy? And they're like, yeah. And I, do you hate Stacy? And they're like, yeah. And I just went around and was like, everyone hates Stacy. High five. Let's ice cream for everyone. Free Sundays. Yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by Graders, a family business with family values, a place that prioritizes your needs, your family's needs, and of course your taste buds. It also happens to be the home of a basement-dwelling goblin witch named Stacy.
Connor, no.
Okay, I'm gonna take my pills now.
That's a good idea. Yep, that a boy. Yep, suck him down. Okay, all right. Go ahead.
I'm going to jam that bitch Stacy's head into a tub
All
of
right,
ice
Connor,
cream.
why don't I take over?
I'm gonna leave now.
That's a good idea. Graders, based on tradition, making ice cream the same way since 1870.
Oh my God!
Our ice cream is handmade, frozen, packaged, and distributed from our local factory to our Graders stores. So whether you're sad from a breakup, happy from a breakup, or you just want some Graders ice cream, go out and get yourself a scoop today.
One last story about customers.
Yeah.
Just to top it off, I had another lady recently coming through the drive-thru one day when I was picking up a shift kind of in the middle of the day, and I didn't take the order, and I didn't hear the order, so I didn't really know. So on the order it said a double dish, which is 2 scoops in 1 cup.
Yes, that is
and
correct.
So I rang this lady out. She was like, "Thank you very much," and then I gave her 2 scoops, and she was like, "There's supposed to be like coconut chocolate chip or whatever one of the flavors was," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's just right underneath that one. There's both of them are in there." And she was like, "Oh no, sweetheart," and I was like, "Huh?" And she was like, they're supposed to be separate. And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't take the order.
Young man. That's not my fault.
And then she's just like, I told them I wanted a scoop of blah, 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 and a scoop of blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. They must have thought you wanted both of them in the same cup. Mm-hmm. That's my bad. I'll get it fixed for you. Do you want me to take your credit card so I can fix the price?
Yeah.
Because they cost different things.
Yeah.
2 scoops in a cup is not the same as 2 single scoops in two individual cups.
2 individuals cost more, right?
So, yeah. And so I'm like, do you want me to take your credit card so I can fix it real quick? And she's like, what is there to fix? And I was like, you know what? Never mind. I was like, I am literally not in the mood to deal with this right now.
Definitely not.
I don't get paid enough for this. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. So I shut the door.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to get it as fast as I can. And then I turn the corner and Connor is just talking to this lady at the window. And I'm just like, damn it. I was so close to just getting this lady out of my life. And he's just what are you doing? God damn it. That's exactly how I felt on the inside. Hello. This episode is sponsored by the Board of Education.
The School Board of Education.
That's the one.
Hey, Trevor, I have a question for you.
What is it?
Do you like good grades?
I love good grades,
Me
Connor.
too.
Don't you, Kyle?
You know who else supports good grades?
Who?
Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ! It's a very unknown fact, but in the good and holy book of the Bible at Ezekiel 23:20, it reads, God looked upon Trevor's grades and they were good.
But they could be better, Kyle.
Kyle, there's still time to be
Please,
saved.
I worked so
You
hard.
can still be saved in the
Give
eyes
me
of
a
the
good
Lord.
grade.
This video is sponsored by the School Board of Education.
Kyle, please!